Duke walks into an office and sees three people. A 24-year-old says, "I need better work-life balance." A 38-year-old says, "I think I'm burning out again." A 58-year-old says, "Nobody wants to work anymore." And just like that, everyone thinks they understand each other. Gen Z, millennial, boomer. Easy. But Duke notices something strange. The 24-year-old is married and already worried about mortgage rates. The 58-year-old edits videos on his iPad and knows more about AI than the whole team. And the 38-year-old still dresses like it's 2016 and says adulting unironically. So Duke has a question. What if generation labels are great for memes, but terrible for understanding actual people? Part 1. The theory sounds smart. The idea sounds reasonable. People who grow up in the same era should be shaped by the same world. That part is true. A kid raised with smartphones will grow up differently from a kid raised with cable TV. A person who started adult life during a recession will think differently from someone who started during a boom. Fine. But then people take one more step, and that's where it gets weird. They start acting like millions of people can be explained with one label. Boomers are like this. Millennials are like that. Gen Z does this. Duke doesn't buy it, because that's not analysis. That's sorting humans into storage boxes. Part 2. The first problem. Generation theory acts like people are manufactured in batches. Like someone born on December 31st is one type of human, and someone born a few hours later on January 1st is a completely different model. Duke finds that ridiculous. A kid from rural Ohio, a kid from downtown Los Angeles, and a kid from a rich suburb in Connecticut can all be born in the same year, and still grow up in three different realities. One gets a job at 16. One grows up online. One never worries about money for a second. Same generation, completely different life. So right away, the label is already too weak. Part 3. Half of this is just age. Duke finds a second problem. A lot of generation traits are not generation traits at all. They're just young people being young, changing jobs, questioning authority, trying new identities, caring about trends, thinking older people are out of touch. That didn't start with Gen Z. A 22-year-old in 2026 does that. A 22-year-old in 2006 did that. A 22-year-old in 1986 did too, just with different music and worse photos. Young people experiment. Older people complain about them. Then those young people get older and complain about the next batch. Duke has seen this cycle before. Different decade, same movie. Part 4. Real life makes the labels fall apart. Duke goes to a backyard barbecue and the whole theory collapses in 10 minutes. One 61-year-old uncle is making drone shots for his fishing channel. One 29-year-old cousin wants a stable office job, health insurance, and silence. One 41-year-old just quit corporate life to find purpose and start a handmade soap brand. So who is acting their age? Who is acting their generation? That's the problem. Real people are shaped by family, money, stress, personality, culture, religion, career, divorce, luck, bad bosses, and the city they grew up in. That will explain a person way better than a label from a LinkedIn post. Part 5. What Duke uses instead. Duke thinks there are better questions. Not, what generation are they? But, what stage of life are they in? What kind of world shaped them? What pressure are they under right now? What have they learned the hard way? That gets you much closer to the truth. A 25-year-old job hopping every year might not be such a Gen Z. He might just be underpaid. A 57-year-old who hates new software might not be a boomer. He might just hate badly designed software. A tired 35-year-old in therapy, drinking overpriced coffee, wondering what happened to their energy. That's not a generation. That's just a person trying to survive modern life. Duke's conclusion is simple. Generation theory is useful for jokes, useful for marketing, useful for thumbnails. But if you actually want to understand people, it breaks down fast. Because people are not clean categories. They are messy, specific, contradictory, and shaped by way more than a birth year. So next time someone says, "That's such a Gen Z thing," or "classic boomer behavior," Duke wants you to stop and ask one question. Is this really a generation thing? Or is it just a human thing?